Devin showed that George Kambosos did not belong in the ring with him. I give him full credit. Absolute full credit. I gave him credit for JoJo Diaz, but I give him full credit in having a definitely a legacy fight, one for the ages, a boxing clinic. And yes, this is Michael Rogers saying that Devin Haney put on a boxing clinic. Yes, he did. He made me eat some of the most best tasting crow I've ever had to eat.
I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock. I love you. Angela Stone, I fertilized a brick. That's bad. So me, I make medicine sick. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off my bedroom. Hit the switch was in the bed before the room was dark. All you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him, Dick. But the man can cover. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
When I was a casual, I thought as a casual, I spoke like a casual, and I looked at boxing like a casual. But when I became a hardcore, I put away all those casual things. This is Michael Rogers, and welcome to BodyWorkBoxing.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to BodyWorkBoxing. Greatness is what greatness does. Devin Haney puts himself into the history books with a master class boxing clinic to one George Ferocious Kambosos. In my pre-fight prediction, I said that missed weight might have indicated that George Kambosos had demonstrated that he was on the losing edge of a mental battle. He did a lot of things. He stirred up the pot. I guess that was his attempt to sell the fight. There was a lot of back and forth. I thought that the signals that everybody coming from Devin Haney's camp and all his supporters were sending a panic message. At the end of the day, Devin Haney stayed very, very, very poised. You know, without giving a round by round, I want to say that many of my notes, I kind of stopped taking notes. I was going round by round. I kept my scores. It was an utter blowout. If anything, in maybe the second round, if somebody was really looking and pressed to give somebody a round, and that's, you know, it was so controversial or debatable, the second round, whether or not Kambosos even did anything, was the only round you might have could have said. Otherwise, it looked like it was 12-zip. 12-zip, maybe 11-1 if you give him that second round, and that's just being generous. I was extremely impressed. The jab was a stifling jab. At some point in time, George Kambosos looked like a lost puppy in the ring. He just could not get past the jab. And what we're seeing in these championship fights, the big ones, the ones for, the most prestige and honor, is that many times the loser is just the one that cannot make adjustments. I think, the color scheme, the hoodie with the airbrush on it, the little bone color things, the fashion that Devin had, it was on point. George Kambosos looked, even in the locker room beforehand, he looked bewildered. He looked like he was getting ready to lose. Coming out to the ring, his wife, she looked very serious, like they had already lost before they even got in the ring. Long story short, Devin, he showed, before this fight, he had showed flashes of brilliance here and there in fights that I've witnessed. But it's crazy because right before Tim Bradley said it, I said to myself, I have never seen Devin Haney box this well before. I've never seen him do everything so great before and put it all together. I mean, the head movement, the old school, the dropping of the hands, yes, it's dangerous. against a better fighter, yeah, you can make mistakes. He made a couple mistakes, so he had a couple things that he could clean up a little bit. But for the most part, when you look back and you go back to some of them clips, he looked like a vintage throwback fighter. That's the first time I would ever say, oh man, he's a throwback. That style, and if that's the style that Devin Haney truly has and possess, he can do that against higher competition, higher level competition, then he can be a problem. You know, I'm not really one for knee-jerk reactions, but you know, I saw this. I saw it last night with Ness. I saw a little bit today when I was looking at the after party on the trail. I mean, I just don't know why these guys, like a Devin Haney or a Tank Davis, can't just enjoy and bask in the victory. You know, everybody else get 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month to just enjoy what they just accomplished. You know, they get their praises. You know, I don't give flowers, but you know, they get their salutes. But I think that it's just so nasty, especially yesterday on the Boxing Voice when I was listening to the Boxing Voice. They made great deals and portions of the show to shit on Tank, telling him to fight somebody and now he got to do something and all this. It's like a victory for Devin Haney, other than, you know, a potential fight between him and Tank, didn't do anything in regards to him and Tank actually fighting. It did nothing. I mean, just like when everybody was saying, oh man, you know, that's what Tank was supposed to do. You know, Devin went in there and did what Devin was supposed to do to George Kambosos. Everybody was saying he was nothing, he was weak, he was, you know, I thought he had a shot. You know, he lacked what he needed to get past Devin. It was just a bad style matchup. It looked like, if you had to look at it, it looked like George Kambosos was tailor-made for Devin's style and the style that he chose to fight that night. He wasn't aggressive. Devin made him put his hands in his pocket. And Devin showed that George Kambosos did not belong in the ring with him. I give him full credit. Absolute full credit. I gave him credit for JoJo Diaz, but I give him full credit in having a definitely a legacy fight, one for the ages, a boxing clinic. And yes, this is Michael Rogers saying that Devin Haney put on a boxing clinic. Yes, he did. He made me eat some of the most best tasting crow I've ever had to eat. Here lately, I've been on a tear with getting everything right, but you know, I missed it on that. I didn't know that George Kambosos was that ill-equipped to fight and go up against somebody like Devin Haney. But let me say this: Devin Haney made it look like George Kambosos didn't deserve to be in the ring. Tank Davis made Rolly look like he didn't deserve to be in the ring. The only difference between that is when you don't deserve to be in a ring with Tank, Tank is going to end the show. Devin Haney is just going to embarrass you for 12 rounds. That's the difference. You know, other than them being potential competitors, I don't like the fact that Devin Haney's shine is getting overshadowed by everybody just shitting on Tank. I don't think it's responsible as boxing fans, and it's something that we gotta work on, we gotta fix, because it's just messy, man. It's like we want to cater to the drama, man. Let that man have he was the great number 8, undisputed in the history books. He did everything he needed to do. Devin Haney grew up right in front of everybody, right before everybody's very own eyes. Where he goes from here, what he decides to do, you know, what it's going to do for his momentum in future fights, who knows? I just appreciated seeing it. You know, I got a call saying, man, another person said, man, I've never seen Devin Haney put it together. It was a masterclass boxing clinic, and you know, we give Devin all his praises right now for what he was able to do. You know, I'm sure his OnlyFans are ecstatic. Me as a boxing fan, I'm ecstatic. I like to see more of that Devin Haney. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Anyway, that's my breakdown. Salute to Devin. Good job, young man. Good job, Bill. I'm sure you guys are happy. Live and bask in your moment. Have your joy. Stay focused, and we look forward to seeing what the next move is. Here at BodyWorkBoxing, we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
All right. I believe you. But my tummy don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
My word, and I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. It's Mr. Keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just fighting motherfuckers. It doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, and we gotta lock it up, I'm out on top.
Hey, look, as you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fuck solid up, man. You know what I'm saying? To the fans and all that.
Great job outside the ring. I'm a fighter. Like I said before, ain't no safety on the top, so